It's that busy time of year where between helping family move house and different Christmas parties, the times I can go fishing are drying up. On the way home, I found a 30-minute window where I thought I'd have a crack at some bream. So I dusted off my Veritas and grabbed my 2500 reel. I cut off the 8-pound leader that I had tied on from chasing flatties in my last session and tied on about a rod and a half length, probably 2 rods of 4-pound fluorocarbon. When I'm casting, I don't really like the fluorocarbon to be wound onto the reel. I find the knot can sometimes get caught. I often also pull the line by hand off the reel before I cast to see how my drag's set, and if I've got fluorocarbon pulling through the line roller, sometimes it can get a little frays if I'm ripping it, so I only really like to rip the braid through when I'm testing the strength. I have the 2.5 Slim Swim in Bloodworm, and I've got a 1/16 ounce jig head, size 1. The weather was actually pretty shitty most of the day, which I like because it means there's less people out and less boat traffic over the weekend as well. It's been a few months since casting for bream, so I really had to focus on slowing down my retrieve because it's a lot different to flathead or tailor. I will cast out and take a few steps. That way I can slowly make my way down the rock wall. Also gives the lure a bit of time to sink. I really didn't expect to see a flathead the next cast. Just a little tacker. Seems like they're following me at the moment.
I'll be back in 20 minutes. Yeah.
I'm off the rock wall here and it's pretty snaggy, but most of the time you're just snagging underneath different rocks, so if you don't panic and take a bit of time and think about where the lure might be stuck, move over and change the angle and try and flick it out. Having said that, I'll still lose a shitload of jig heads. My go-to is usually the TT jig heads, but around here I just use the cheap eBay ones, or you could just rig up weedless as well. I'm really targeting underneath the trees, so when I get to the next tree I'll put on a little bit of S factor. I always find that helps. You don't need to smother it, just a little bit. If you put too much on, it changes the action of the lure as well. As usual, cast and take my few steps. Like usual at this spot, I'm targeting the shade line. I've also got the wind at my back, so I can cast directly on the line where the sun meets the shade. When it's really overcast, doesn't matter a lot, but it's one of those sort of bits and bobs days, so the wind also blows a few bugs out of the trees, and I think that keeps the bream around too. The tide was up a little bit as well, so you get the bream that eat the mussels, and there's also a lot less snags when it's this high as well. Just have to think, when you're doing your normal pauses, the closer you get to shore, the more risky it becomes, so just thinking about where you want to pause your lure. A lot of little inquiries. I think there was a shitload of runt bream. I was coming up to the spot where I got the bream and the flathead to start with, so I thought I'd put the S factor on again. There was stuff all left, so I was really squeezing the last little drop out of the tube. No big dogs today, but a fun 30 minutes. The most relaxing time I've had all week. This is me showing no patience at all, like I said earlier. Time to pack up and go home. Thanks for watching. For more Perth, Metro and Bream videos, please subscribe. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments section.